Hello everyone, and welcome to this audio podcast. This audio podcast is part of Juxta NewsBeat. This audio podcast as part of a Bostix Biosphere, and this audio podcast as part of a Stormler Bostix production. In this audio podcast, a sort of a synopsis. a synopsis looking at focuses in around nephrology and sort of laboratory medicine, but also where this audio podcast series sort of delves into a sort of a revisit, in around in around some of the sort of the in around some of the sort of underpinnings of particular sort of symptomologies or symptomologies in around sort of nephrological sort of conditions. As part of this audio podcast series, there will be a synopsis. There will be an interlude that looks at an important focus in around pediatrics, pediatric nephrology as well. So in this audio podcast series, a sort of a revisit in looking at the following. So nephrotoxic nephritis, sort of animal model versus human disease. There'll be a look at sort of proteinuria. There'll be a look at sort of urinary tract infections or UTIs. There will be some works. There'll be look at works sort of bases in around vascular endothelial growth factor or VEGF, and there'll be some works in looking at Vesicoureteral Reflux or VUR, and then the interlude in around the importance of reduced nephrotoxic immunosuppression in pediatric recipients. So that draws this audio podcast synopsis sort of to a close. This audio podcast as part of a synopsis as part of Juxta NewsBeat, an audio podcast as part of a Bostix Biosphere, and an audio podcast as part of a Stormler Bostix production.